selling.
Uh-huh.
So,
Store level.
Store level. Like what other countries? Like what? Department store level or multi-shop store level?
Are you in
are you in
big
prestige
brand?
or yeah,
Are you
exactly.
in, oh, really?
Yeah. So whenever I got into the meeting.
Is that part of why you're avoiding Korea right now? Because
I shouldn't say avoid. I just wanted to let it happen one day. And people are saying, "Oh, you want to be big first before you launch in Korea," but that's not really it. I think Korea is very specialized country that you need to different method to launching brand.
yeah, well, what do you find? Do you find that Koreans have trouble recognizing things that are done and successful and made well in Korea? It seems to me like they love things that are done and successful, and if you've been successful abroad, and you've done really well abroad, then wow, you're amazing. But if you do something to succeed in Korea, first is very difficult.
I always tell my students, before you go Louvre Museum in Paris or Metropolitan in New York, 덕수궁에 국립박물관 가세요. 이 얘기를 해요. You have to understand your own culture first, and then go Louvre, and then go Metropolitan. So you can judge you can like really thinking about you're Korean, so you need to understand your own heritage first. But like you said, to answer your question, is people are having a hard time just recognize how beautiful this bag is or how terrible this bag is.
Yeah.
They want to know what country did they launch first,
Right.
or was it recognized? Is
Right.
it who's been carrying it?
Right.
What celebrity has been carrying it? So. It's
What
not.
do you find attitudes different? If it launched in Korea first, is it like, oh, well, it's probably not very good?
Well, in Paris, I told them that I live in Korea. And I, studied, and my work career has been in New York,
Sure.
and they've been very interested. And, they just look at bag and they cannot, stop looking at the bag.
Right.
And the question is very consistent. Yeah. But in New York, they're all businessmen, and it's all down to the penny.
Okay.
So it's a very different attitude. And in Korea, I really have to, mature myself first and really study this Korean customer, what they really want, so that I can find the sweet spot.
Okay. So it sounds like but fashion differences are not that big as far as
Not
but
anymore.
what customers are looking for is a little bit different.
The attitude is a little bit different.
Okay.
Yeah, how people look at things. It's not saying that New York is better or Paris is that. And it's not. It's a different culture.
Right.
And we are just getting there. And I'm sure that we have to find the Korean way.
Yeah.
Very special Korean way to present ourselves. And also selling our stuff to other countries, and also accepting our culture, our fashion within our country. I think we are going through this growing pain all together. So hopefully within 10 years,
Where is the
we'll
most fashion conscious place that you go to, that you visit?
Well, first of all, I have to go to department store to take a look at all those flow and new designs and all that. But I always go to, 신사동, 가로수길, 압구정 로데오 거리, and the Hongdae where I work is happening.
Yeah.
And 효자동 is happening too.
효자동, oh really? That's
and 도곡동. That's like all the
Sure.
VVIPs.
Yeah.
They have little stores and they have little Tupperware parties and this handbag parties and accessories parties. So it's a little by little, it's forming, just like how New York has little districts. In New York, that little island, it has Upper West Side, Upper East Side, and West Side. There's nothing good or bad. It's just different styles.
Yeah.
Just like Dokokdong is very different from Icheondong.
or 해방촌.
Yeah, 해방촌. Yes.
Or I'm not Hongdae.
Hongdae. Yes.
Yeah. Hongdae is quite a unique place. You're a professor at Hongdae. How long have you been a professor there now?
I got full-time employed, let's say back in 2007.
When you say full-time employed, what do you mean? That you're a 초빙 교수, or it's the kind
전임 교수.
전임 교수. You became
Yes.
a 전임 교수
Right.
in 2007?
2007.
Okay.
Teaching design management.
Okay.
And it has been very good. I love my students, and it has been humbling experience to be with those people. Very fresh and naive and passionate. Yeah. We have fresh air all the time in our school campus. Yes.
And outside of your campus too.
Yeah, it's always happening.
All kinds of action.
Good and bad, yes.
But it's very, there's so many unique stores and coffee shops and restaurants. And I feel like it's very, Hongdae is one of the most open-minded areas in Korea, you know?
Yes.
And it must be really thrilling to have your students, many of them work in the area and do a lot of things in the area. Do you have some of the more talented students who you're encouraging the same? Are you saving all their pictures for later like your professor did?
You know, my teaching career started when I had Nahi. You know, I was 7 months pregnant when I first got employed.
Okay.
And this motherhood came naturally with my, you know, Nahi and my students.
Okay.
And obviously, yes, I look at talent. And some people are better than others. But it's always plus and minus. Some people are, you know, even though they're not talented, they're good at, you know, the writings, expressing things and being creative and logical thinking. So, you know, I'm trying to find the best out of each one of them. And I think that's my job. So that they can perform at the best at school.
Right. And encourage the ones who are talented in what you're teaching to coach them and take them along the way.
Right.
What do you think of being a professor? How has it been?
It has been very challenging because I'm relatively young.
Yeah.
And because I'm in the master degree program.
Really?
Yes, and some students are much older than myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, I had an interesting experience with my student.
산업 design?
It's a design management.
Design management.
경영.
I'm sorry. Yes.
Design 경영. And you know, one of my students actually asked me how old I was after class. And it's very Korean way. 몇 살이세요? You know, that's you know, they want to check out your age.
Yes.
And you know, my age, you know, you can Google it, and it's public knowledge. So I told them. It's, 저보다 어리시네요, you know. So, you know, yes.
Yeah.
It's your choice to take this course or not.
Right, exactly. Take it or leave it. I'm still giving you a grade.
I am professional designer, and here I am giving you, you know, trying to download all the know-how. So it's really your choice.
Yeah.
But after teaching them, let's see, Hongdae University is about 4 years now, you know, and it's been going well. And we've been exchanging many fresh thoughts and design know-hows. It's been going really well.
And there must be a lot of connections and people that you met. I mean, you know, let's
other
face
professors,
it.
a lot of guest artists, and also guest critics, and you know, guest lecture series. And you know, Hongdae is most active university in Seoul metropolitan area.